Hari Om. Let's start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitattvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakattvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We're in the question and answer sessions, and we just addressed the primordial ignorance, or ignorance is the fundamental problem. Ignorance of not knowing myself, and therefore I take myself what I am not. So this is the fundamental called Mula Vidya. Now the question that is being posed in the philosophical traditions, particularly in Advaita Vedanta, is who has the ignorance? Does Jiva has the ignorance or Brahman has the ignorance? These are the questions that are posed. Let's ask one at a time. So Jiva, who is ignorant? I am ignorant. That's what he said, because I don't know who I am, and therefore I am taking myself what I am not. So the first immediate answer is, the one who doesn't know who he is obviously has the ignorance. So I am having the ignorance. So why I am born? Go back again. So I am born because I have committed the karmas, because not knowing myself, since I don't know who I am taking myself what I am not as I am, and therefore performing actions to solve a problem where there is no real problem. But since the problem, I took it as real problem, and therefore solving a problem, what? I want to become infinite. And because I want to be Ananda Swarupam, only Anantameva Ananda. So therefore, I am trying to get the happiness here, happiness there, and I want eternal, inexhaustible happiness, and I try to get this, and in the process I am accumulating vasanas, and vasanas become a cause for my birth again, and again I permitted more vasanas, and this becomes a cyclic process. So the question is, I am born here only because of my ignorance. If I don't know, then I have no karmas, I have no vasanas, therefore there is no reason for me to be born. So for my birth is because of ignorance. And who has the ignorance? Ignorance should be there before I am born. So I cannot be locus for ignorance. But at the same time, I say I am ignorant. So it's called I am ignorant, and ignorance was there before me also. So so what is the cause and what is the source? It's always called anirvachaniyam. You cannot explain it. And this is what the criticism of the Bhagavan Ramana on avidya of Advaita. So which is the beginning? Is it the ignorance became first or Jiva came first? Because there is anyonya ashrayam, interdependency is there. That's what the problem is. So they say, yes, you cannot avoid this problem. That's what Vedanta says. You tell me, does the seed came first or a tree came first? So seeds are coming from the trees and trees are coming from the seeds. So which is the beginning? Obviously you cannot answer it. So obviously it is cyclic process. So cyclic process cannot have a beginning. So ignorance is also anadi, beginningless, and you cannot ask what is the source of ignorance. That's number one. Jiva is the source of ignorance. Ignorance, and Jiva himself is a product of ignorance also. And this is a cyclic phenomena. At the same time, you can say Brahman is the locus of ignorance. So how can Brahman be ignorance? That's another criticism. Why? Because Brahman being infinite, there cannot be anything outside infinity. So ignorance is somewhere else, then that somewhere else is different from Brahman, and therefore Brahman ceases to be infinite. Infinite means it cannot exclude anything. So including the ignorance also within the Brahman only. So that's bigger criticism by Ramanuja. How can Brahman be ignorant? If the locus of ignorance is Brahman, how can Brahman be ignorant? Brahman, according to them, is Ishvara, who is Sarvajnaha Sarvavitu. He is all-knowing and everything else. If that is a problem, how can he have ignorance? So we say, Brahman point, there is no ignorance. But from our point, it is locus of the Brahman is still ignorance is from the Brahman point, neither ignorance nor realization. So it is ekameva advitiyam. So from Brahman point, this question doesn't arise at all. So even ignorance is also mithya. So ignorance as a self-realization, everything is only within the transactional world. And the one who is criticizing this Brahman cannot be ignorant and all that, himself has the same problem, because he also has to have the ignorance. The jiva has also avidya. In the case, Ramanuja says avidya is not knowing that he is dependent on the Lord. He thinks he is a self-existing, self-controlling and all that. So that is ignorance. Whereas the ignorance of the avidya is not knowing myself. But in the case of even Ramanuja also, boy is born because of the karma. When did the karma starts? Again it's the same problem. Karma is also anadi. Because he is born because of karma. Karma is due to, again he commits more karmas, again goes into the cycle, again cyclic process. So he has also had the same, the anirvachaniyam, beginningless problem, and therefore this problem cannot be solved. Only way to recognize this problem itself is invalid, because there is no real jiva, real this one, it's only mithya. So therefore, from Brahman point, it is pure Satchidananda Swarupam. No ignorance of any kind, no differentiation of any kind. So Brahman doesn't have to realize, only the one who thinks I am not a Brahman has to realize. So it is a question is only, what is the locus? The first answer is Brahman is the locus. If you ask really Brahman how can Brahman be locus? So from the Brahman point there is no ignorance. It is not a contradiction, because the ontological status, the reality status is different. Ignorance is only at the transactional level, not at the absolute level. Absolute level is the Brahman. And navagachati navanaha, no words can describe anything there, because the mind and the speech come back, return back, and cannot reach that, and that is the nature of the reality. So Brahman point, there is no ignorance of anything. But from Jiva point, Brahman is the locus, and the Jiva has the locus. Who thinks that I am not a Brahman, then he has a locus. That is how we solve the problem. With that we stop. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.